On the chute, you never know when he's liable to come out without the horse. All the way, cowboy, you got yourself a bucking horse. Good. Cowboy, stay along down up there where the money is. Now there is the whistle. He can do anything he wants to stay aboard the bucking horse. Pickup men get to him and right down to the ground he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I find bucking horse ride by Lee Nelson Kennedy. Thank you, Nelson, for that Saturday. Outside. Hey, stay right there, cowboy. Don't you go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Keep your feet up there where the money is all the way. There is the whistle now. The cowboy can do anything he wants to stay aboard and not getting off the easy way. Whee, boy, oh boy. And get down there and ride him. Outside, all the way, cowboy. Keep your feet right up there. All the way. Now, there is the whistle. Cowboy can do anything he wants to stay aboard. The pickup men now move in, take a dolly around the saddle horn, snub up Black Diamond, and Barney Jordan safely down to the ground and dampen the skillet down. Cowboy right on out there. Must take the steer in a moving position. Cannot have him bend into the corner or standing still. Time is marching on. Now getting steer lined out, trying to get him down along the fence. Bail right to him, Charlie. These steers, after a few days' use, become very, very smart. The cowboy falls on top of them, and they're not about to get their old horns twisted. Right there, cowboy. Right there, cowboy takes a long jump, and he's got him whipped right over the alley. Right down, all you got to do is turn his old nose up towards the sky and bring him right on down. Right down goes the price of beef, and ladies and gentlemen, the time on Charlie Burt. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Outside. Hey, here, cowboy, all the way, all the way. Right on up there. Well, the cowboy made a qualified ride. He rode the 8 seconds and safely down to the ground. Very nice. Outside. Yeah, cowgirl, keep right on up there, all that way, all the way. Up, oh, well. There is no points, but I'll say there was a start of a very, very good ride. Ladies and gentlemen, our all-around cowgirl, Miss Robin Smoky Astor. What's the matter? Hialeah, Florida, aboard a big horse called Bottoms Up. All the way, cowboy. You got yourself a bucking horse. Cowboy, keep your feet up where the money is. All the way, all the way. There's a man made a qualified ride and now down to the ground. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a cowboy that had a bucking horseman way back yonder in the woods. Very, very nice. Thank you, Phil Hyden. Boy, on the ground. Oh, cowboy, right there. You made yourself a fast jump. Now turn his old nose right up towards the sky and come on down with him. Get to working, cowboy. You got a chance here. Who's a wrestling who here? Turn his nose up, cowboy. Come on down with him. Let's get a record. Head down we go. Oh, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, a very fast time by Barney. Thank you, Gordy. Consequently, 4 points. Outside. All the way, cowboy. Right on in there. Stay right up there with him, cowboy. You got yourself a wheel all the way. All right. Please. Right up there. Outside. Yes, cowgirl. Stay right on up there all the way now. You got yourself a bucking horse all the way. 17. Yeah, you got yourself a cow horse all the way, buddy boy. Keep your hands up there, keep your fan rubbing, keep your feet up, keep shanking him, cowboy, all the way, all the way. Now there steers out, the cowboy's out. It's a nice jump. He's got hold of him now. All he has to do is take all four down. Bring him right around, cowboy, and take that beast to the ground. Having a little trouble there, bring him back, and down goes the price of beef for Gordon Smith. Very nice job. In just a second, we'll have the time for you.
Hey, got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the remarkable time for Gordon Smith. Break. Bucking Horse Championship and outside. Hit, cowboy, all the way. Woo! Get to him right in there, cowboys. Come right on in, pick him right up. Side. He will be disqualified and receive no time and no... All right, cowboy, get to him. Are you hurt, Nelson? Are you all right, boy? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there a boy received a very, very bad break. He sometimes happens in the stirrups. Now, failure to spur, losing a stirrup, touching the horse with his free hand or bucking off, and he will be disqualified. Roger McLaughlin on Black Diamond. All the way, cowboy, you got yourself a bucking horse. Yeah, cowboy, keep going, all the way, all the way, all the way. There is the 8-second whistle now. Pick up men, move in. Buddy Conley takes the dolly around the saddle horn, snubs him up close, and down to the ground is Roger McLaughlin. Ladies and gentlemen, saddle bronc riding. And boy, I'll guarantee you there he is a bucking horse from way, way back yonder in the woods. You know, it's possible and can be of no further help. These boys are mounted on the fastest of all horse flesh for a short distance, the American quarter horse. And outside, bail right to him, cowboy, right there. All right, now turn his old head right up towards the sky. You made a fast catch, and you can make some fast time. Bring him down, cowboy. Bring him down all the way, cowboy. Come on down with him. Come on down with him. Here's a cowboy that's got a real rough job. That steer was furnished to us by the compliments of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, and down he goes right there. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very fast time. 19 2/5 seconds to throw about 600 pounds of meat fly out on the ground. And I'll say that's a good time in anybody's language, and thank you, Charlie Birch. All we have to do is to get the steer out of the arena. Mr. Thim Sprabble, would somebody please? Ladies and gentlemen, trick and fancy roping at its very finest, Dick Sharp, and thank you a lot for a very fine performance, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In the air, it's Phil Heinlein of Hialeah, Florida, on number 39. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this bull comes up along the fence, do not wave anything at him, because if you do, he will charge you. We have competent help to take care of any emergency that might arise. Keep your eye on the chute gates. Yesterday we announced the bull rider coming out of chute number 2. The cowboy came out, the bull stayed in. Phil Heinlein, about 110 pounds of cowboy attempting to ride 1,400 pounds of animated hamburger. These are a cross of the sacred cattle of India with the longhorns of Texas. Outside, cowboy, you got yourself all the way. All the way, cowboy. Watch him in there. Watch his head there. Watch his head, Phil. Watch him. Get it up there. Up.
Get away.
Hurry, boy. Up. Yeah, where are you going, child? Where are you going? All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, if this bull comes around on that side before the boys can head him, please stand back. You can very easily see now why we made the request we did. This bull is a vicious animal. There he is, safely penned, ladies and gentlemen. Wild Brahma bull riding. Thank you, Phil Heinlein, for a very, very nice ride. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Howdy, folks. Say, you're just in time for the most dangerous of all the cowboy sports and pastimes, which is steer wrestling or bulldogging. Here, the cowboy must leap from the back of a running horse to the back of a running steer, grasping by the horns, wrestling through the ground on all 4 feet extended in a horizontal position, facing the same direction as his head. Now, this is a race against the time clock. Time starts when the steer enters the arena, ends with him flat out on the ground. Your attention now to the other end of the arena, and right here they come. Set him up on that one, boys. Notice his extreme speed, and right there, the cowboy's got him right by the handlebars. Cowboy turned his own nose up towards the sky and bring him right on down. Now, the name of this steer is Gorgeous George. He was furnished to us with the compliments of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Now, I don't know just exactly who's wrestling who, but right out in the middle of this arena, I guarantee you we got ourselves a contest going on. Get your feet around in front of you, cowboy. Now, Gorgeous George, when you hear the whistle, you have to take a 5-minute rest. Turn his old nose right up at the sky, cowboy. Don't you turn loose of him, Gorgeous George. Stay right with him. Hang right on there. Somebody is going to give out in just a minute, and I don't think it's going to be the steer. Put a Nelson on him. Throw a front hold on him. Put a leg hold on him, cowboy. You're going to lose him. Say, well, we're going to get in there. We're going to throw this one or know why. I'll say one thing, ladies and gentlemen. This steer has never been thrown before. Right here this morning, we're going to see that he goes down, and taking over was our arena director, Barney Jordan, and throw a leg hold on him, Barney. I'm just about as interested as these cowboys in seeing this old steer flattened out. He's never been thrown before. We're forgetting about the rules and regulations. We're gonna throw this steer or know why. Get a hold of him, Charlie. Well, boys, I'll tell you in relays, we're gonna get this done. Hey, Mr. Sims Scrabble, why don't you get a hold? Now, boy. Hey, somebody else get in there. Would any of you gentlemen at the back gate like to come out and try this? Gardy, you better come out and get in on this clam bake. We're having a lot of fun around here this morning.
Hang on to him.
Don't turn him loose, Roger. Wait a minute. Here comes another man. Hey, boys, I'll tell you, we're eventually going to do this. That a boy, Gordy, you take over. Is there anybody else who would like to get into this? And... Well, ladies and gentlemen, in all the 30 years that I've been rodeoing all over the world, I've never seen anything just like that before. I did say that steer had never been thrown before, but right here, you've seen it change. Well, it was nice having you with us here at the rodeo arena today, and you come back and visit again with us real soon. So long now, folks.
Howdy there, partners. Mighty nice to have you with us up this way to Frontier Town again today. You know, Curly and Carl, Little Billy, Marshal Dick Sharp, and myself have been practicing a few numbers we're going to be doing at the big shindig up here tomorrow night. We was kind of thinking as how a lot of old-time tunes are written by just plain folks like you and me. In fact, Curly here has got a little tune he's put together. We like it so well up around here, we call it the Frontier Town Reel. Curly's volunteered to play it for all you folks out there, and I'm sure if you write in, let him know just how well you like it, well, he's going to appreciate it a whole lot. Right, Curly?
Sure would, Dick.
Let her go.
Yes.
lot of you folks out there have written a song sometime or other. If you'd like to hear it, have us give it a going over, well, just send it in to us and we'll try our hand at it. Okay? So long, everybody.
Don't make a move. I got you covered. The Frontier Town Express is due here any minute. We aim to take a gold shipment off her. Now you open your potato mouth and you'll get hurt. There she comes now. That log across the track ought to bring her to a quick stop. That gold shipment's as good as ours right now. Put up your hands and throw down the gold. Well, looks like you ornery polecat got a little bit too greedy for your own good this time. Keep them covered, boys. Jimmy, get down there and pick up their gun. Now, I had a hunch we was going to get held up by these polecats on this trip. I'm sure glad I had these deputies along with me. And you young buckaroos out there come up to pay us a visit here at Frontier Town. Bring your guns along. Make sure they're loaded, too. So long, everybody.
Well, howdy there, partner. It's real nice to have you with us here at Frontier Town. You know, we heard that you might like to try your hand at a little roping, so we've got a real surprise for you today. You know, all you folks out there know Marshal Dick Sharp, but I'll bet you didn't know that Dick at one time was the champion trick and fancy roper of all Canada. And I've asked Dick if he'd like to show you youngsters out there just how some of these tricks are done.
Well, I'd be glad to show them anything I can, Carl. You know, to a cowboy, a good rope is just about as important to him as his horse and saddle, because actually he can't do all of his work unless he has all three together. There is one form of roping, though, that can't really be classed as work unless you get good enough to play big rodeos and shows and make a living at it. This is known as trick and fancy roping. It's a real healthy recreation, and it can be a lot of fun, too. To start practicing this, you need about a 15-foot piece of cotton rope 3/8 inch thick. Most professional ropers use what is known as Samson's spot cord, but a piece of your mother's clothesline will do just about as good. And to get the thing going, you need a loop in the end, like this, big enough for the rope to slip through nice and easy, held here by a couple of wire clips. And then on the outside of the loop, we have a leather burner here. Cowboys call that a burner because it stops the burn and wear on the rope as the loop slides up and down. This loop, by the way, is known as a hondu. Well, Carl, I guess we're just about ready to start roping now.
Well, the first loop that Dick is going to spin here is called a Spanish flat loop. And notice how he keeps the rope from getting kinked by turning it in his hand. Now let's see how it's done in slow motion. Watch real close how his fingers roll the rope over. Now when you learn to handle the Spanish flat loop real good, why then you can start learning tricks like these to build up a regular routine. Now first we have here a roll over the belt. Now a step through. Now Dick's going right into a pass around the right leg. Then a pass around the left leg with a step through. Now into reverse step through. That's a tricky one. And then right into a pop off the head. Yes, sir. But remember now, you have to learn to do that Spanish flat loop real good and be able to hold that rope and roll it in your finger so it doesn't kink up on you before you can get into these other tricks.
Well, that was a mighty fine piece of roping, Dick.
Well, thank you, Carl. And I'm sure a lot of you youngins out there are going to get in quite a few hours of good, healthy exercise, practicing tricks like we've been doing here. But I'm sure you're going to find it can be real fun, too. Well, I guess it's time we were getting along now. Until next time, when we're going to come back and show you some more fancy roping tricks. Until then, adios.
So long, everybody.
Well, that stagecoach should have been here by now.
Why, yes, they're 10 minutes late already.
Well, howdy there, folks. Mighty nice to have you with us up here today. We're waiting for the Frontier Town stage, and they must have run in some kind of trouble because they're late. Well, say, I don't know if you met my friend here, Pawnee Perkins. He's another Indian scout.
Howdy, folks. Mighty proud to meet up with y'all.
Say, Pawnee, there comes that stagecoach now. They're really rolling it, eh? The marshal's driving. It looks like the driver's been shot. What happened, Marshal? Well, we run into that Dalton gang out there. They tried to waylay the coach and steal the mail. Wing the driver here. I guess you better get over the dock and get that arm fixed up, boy. But they didn't get away with the mail, though. Got a nice bag of mail for you here. Well, say, Marshal, this bag's shot full of holes. So is the letters. Look at that. See them holes? For goodness sakes. This letter's for me.
Probably a love letter.
I'll go on with your love letter. We'll find out what it is here in just a minute. Why, this is from a girl that's been watching us on TV and wants to know what happened to my arm.
Well, why don't you tell her what happened?
Well, maybe you've heard the story about what to do if a bear comes after you with his mouth wide open. About running your arm right down his throat and getting right a hold of his tail and giving a quick yank. And he'll go right the other way. Well, don't you believe it. It doesn't work.
Now, Ranger, why don't you tell him what really happened? You know, folks, the Ranger and I was out one night trailing a panther. Been killing off the livestock. We passed down through a little gully. And way up on the bank there was a bar. He jumped me and we went to spinning, and the Ranger couldn't get a clean shot at him. So he jumps in with his knife. And the bar got him by the arm. Well, that's how he lost his arm, folks. He saved my life for doing it.
Hey, Pawnee, there comes the Dalton boys. Get your gun. We are sure sorry for this interruption, folks, but if you come to Frontier Town, be sure and bring your guns. There's robbers like this every day. Well, howdy there, partners. Mighty nice to have you up here at Frontier Town with us again today. You know, us fellas are just kind of talking.